Alright, it wouldn't be a good Legends Showdown card without a good title match or two, so let's get that solved and underway. Up next, the RWL Legends United States Championship at stake, with Mr. Wrestling 2 challenging Kurt Angle for the title.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next match, one fall with a 15-minute time limit, is for the RWL Legends Division United States Championship.
Well, Danny, here's a fellow I certainly feel badly for, Mr. Wrestling 2. To have had the Legends World Championship for a year and then to have lost it to Stone Cold Steve Austin, it sent him right back to the bottom now, hasn't it? Not all the way down to the bottom, Reg. But it's still a good climb up, but Mr. Wrestling 2, he's going to keep making the climb, because that's the kind of guy he is. Well, it's certainly an advantageous opportunity to get a hold of the Legends United States title away from Kurt Angle, if he can. And folks, just a quick reminder, after this is our main event. You're going to want to stick around for this. The Legends World Championship on the line as Roddy Piper defends the title from Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero. And that's going to be a match to beat the band. Well, whatever the case might be, Reg, the Legends U.S. Champion is back in the house. And look at this. He's got himself a new associate. Patriotic Pam Parsons has taken the place of the Yankee Rose, Georgia Washington, as far as Kurt Angle is concerned. Well, that is quite the coup de maître, isn't it? Patriotic Pam Parsons. Wow. Guess he got tired of going stag after a couple of months without Georgia Washington. But it's whatever. Patriotic Pam Parsons sure looks happy. The question is, what sort of a factor will she be in the match, if at all? Well, that's what we're going to find out, Reg. But Kurt Angle, the Legends U.S. Champion, coming to the ring with a new spring in his step, a new attitude, and a new valet at ringside. And these are all possibly good things. Now, you know, Danny, I've tussled with Kurt Angle before for the light heavyweight title. He's definitely no slouch and a brilliant technical wrestler. Wonder how well he's going to do against Mr. Wrestling 2, who's got a reputation all his own in that field. And that is what's going to make this a terrific title match. And right there is what the ruckus is all about, the RWL Legends Division United States Championship.
Introducing first, the challenger from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing 252 pounds. Here is Mr. Wrestling 2. His opponent, accompanied at ringside by patriotic Pam Parsons, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing 249 pounds, the RWL Legends U.S. Champion, Kurt Angle.
Right, well, Danny, this ought to be one for the books. Two brilliantly gifted technicians competing for the Legends United States Championship. Well, that's my idea of a good time anyway. We all love this stuff, Reggie. We wouldn't be here doing it if we didn't. Well, I don't imagine we're going to get a short match out of these two, that's for certain. Wrestling 2's only competed a couple of times since losing the Legends US title, but he keeps in shape. Tom Kanemaru rings the bell. They come center ring. Wrestling 2 catches a kick to the midsection from Kurt Angle. Angle swings and misses with the clothesline, catches an elbow from Wrestling 2. Angle up over the shoulders, but counters it into an inverted DDT. Misses with the kick. Wrestling 2 misses with the leg sweep. Kurt Angle driving Mr. Wrestling 2's head into the turnbuckle as many times as he can get it in, and down goes Mr. Wrestling 2. Kurt Angle again misses with the kick. Wrestling 2 awfully quick. Russian leg sweep takes Kurt Angle down. Angle puts on the brakes, counters into a dragon screw. Wrestling 2. Monkey see, monkey do. Well, now they're going to match each other move for move. A kick to the chest. And Mr. Wrestling 2 nails Angle with a fist drop. Nails him with the kick that time, and he just got right back up. Whoa! Angle went for the clothesline and just kind of got sidestepped. An overhand right from Mr. Wrestling 2 to Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle whipped to the far corner. There's a clothesline to the back. And Wrestling 2 going for a cover. Oh, not even a one. Kurt Angle still got way too much steam in the tank. Kurt Angle charges, takes down Wrestling 2 with one arm. Drags him towards center ring. Covers and hooks the leg. One, not even a one. Wow. Well, they're both going for the pins early. Wrestling 2 with a kick to Kurt Angle. Angle counters. Takes down Wrestling 2 with one arm again. Wrestling 2 trying to make his way into the corner. Kurt Angle with a rear chin lock. Wrestling 2 counters the move, finds his way out. Whip to the ropes by Angle. Angle gets a hold of him. Belly to belly. Nicely done. Kurt Angle goes for another cover. One. And again, just barely a one. Wrestling 2 counters with an elbow. Right back up again. Clothesline takes Kurt Angle down. Wrestling 2. Gonna go right back to work here on Kurt Angle. He's waiting for him to make a move, waiting for him to stand up. He does, and here it is, up over the shoulders into the fireman's carry, but Kurt Angle counters into another inverted DDT. Patriotic Pam Parsons cheering Kurt on. Here's another pin, but not even a one. Gonna be a lot of pin attempts in this match. Wrestling 2, caught by Kurt Angle. Whipped over the top rope, rolls out onto the floor. Kurt Angle gonna go out after him. Wrestling 2, rounded up. Rolled back inside the ring by Angle. Makes his way back inside. Goes to work with a series of stomps on Wrestling 2. Goes behind in a rear waistlock. Slams Wrestling 2 down to the canvas. Again, up over the shoulders. This time into a gutbuster. Wow. Wrestling 2. All the way up off the top. Catches a pair of knees to Kurt Angle on the high-risk maneuver. Angle whips him to the far left corner, drives a shoulder right into the midsection of Wrestling 2, and another belly-to-belly release from Kurt Angle. Now into a submission, but Wrestling 2 counters and escapes. Angle gets a hold of him again, another belly-to-belly suplex from the Olympic hero, Kurt Angle, who is definitely a technically gifted wrestler. A little swift move right there from Wrestling 2. Winds up the arm on Kurt Angle. Angle counters. 2-3 hard shots to the midsection. Wrestling 2 lets go of the hold. Angle countered by Wrestling 2 again. Gets a hold of him. Kurt Angle counters with a knee. Gets a hold of Wrestling 2 from behind. And he's going for the German hat trick. 3 back-to-back German suplexes, one after the other. And there's your third. And Wrestling 2, he's going to be scrambled after that. Kurt Angle taking a moment to catch a breather here as Wrestling 2 tries to make his way to a standing position. He does. Gets a hold of Angle. Sit out driver. Wrestling 2 rounds up Angle. Oh, a flying shoulder and a kip up. An inverted atomic drop. And a scoop slam. Wrestling 2 stringing the moves together here. Gets a hold of Angle. Whips him to the far right corner. Turns him around. Gets a hold of him again. A whip and a rebound and a spinning punch. Takes Angle down to the canvas. And now look at this. A giant swing from Mr. Wrestling 2. And Kurt Angle is seeing all kinds of colors and lights right about now. There he goes, right down to the canvas, laid out. He's not going to go anywhere for a second. Wrestling 2 covers 1. What the hell? Pam Parsons yanking Tom Kanemaru out of the ring. You got to be kidding me. He is letting her have it. But at the same time, he hasn't thrown Pam Parsons out. Here's a cover 1, 2. I wonder if Pam Parsons is going to get away with that. Tom Kanemaru usually ejects people for that. Kurt Angle Countered by Wrestling 2. Angle counters Wrestling 2. Takes him down with one arm again. Kurt Angle. Countered by Wrestling 2. A clothesline. Takes Kurt Angle down. Kurt Angle counters with a kick. Back up on his feet. Another clothesline from Angle this time. And a blatant choke. Right in front of Tom Kanemaru. He's got a count of 5. He can do that. Angle. Rounded up by Wrestling 2. Up over the shoulders. And slapjack face first into the mat. Wrestling 2. Turns the momentum around again. There's a leg drop on the leg. And the momentum's gone back and forth. And here it goes again, another leg sweep from Kurt Angle. Yep, the momentum has gone back and forth an awful lot between both Angle and Mr. Wrestling 2. Here's another cover. 1, 2, and another bunch of near falls in this matchup. Wrestling 2 definitely would love to get his hands on that Legends U.S. title. Here's a clothesline. Takes Angle down. Wrestling 2 quickly makes his way to the top turnbuckle. Here we go. Catches the knees again on the diving move. Might be a good idea to forget about that one. Angle slams him with a beautiful suplex. Kurt Angle again turning the momentum around in this matchup. It's gone back and forth like tides changing like Hollywood romances. Kurt Angle tussles with Wrestling 2, shoves him back, takes him down again. Kurt Angle gets a hold of him, drops the leg on the leg of Wrestling 2. Wrestling 2 rounded up. Angle goes behind again. Another set of German suplexes. Another trifecta, another hat trick for Kurt Angle. And there's the third one. Wrestling 2. Oh, here we go. The straps came off. Now we're not playing anymore. Kurt Angle with a right and another and a third to Wrestling 2. I don't believe Pam Parsons pulled the referee out of the ring. Do you believe that, Reg? Absolutely not. It's not like her at all, is it? Angle. Stalking Wrestling 2. Gets a hold of him. There's the Angle slam. This could be the end right here. Cover. But no. I'm not sure if it was the ropes or if Wrestling 2 powered out. An elbow to the midsection and a clothesline from Wrestling 2 takes Angle down to the mat. What a ride this match has been so far. Shoulder tackle from Kurt Angle. And a stomp. Followed up with a rear chin lock. Pam Parsons standing ringside with Kurt Angle. Maybe she's learned some new tricks. I don't know. Wrestling 2 with a hard right. Angle whip to the far right corner. Wrestling 2 countered into the corner. Kurt Angle sits him up on the top turnbuckle. He's got bad intentions. Top rope arm drag from Kurt Angle. Angle drops the leg on Wrestling 2 again with just 5 minutes left to go. Kurt Angle countered with a jawbreaker from Wrestling 2 and another elbow that just busted Kurt Angle open. Angle counters with a shot to the midsection. A kick to the gut. Kurt Angle has him up in the powerbomb position, takes him towards the corner. Let's see where he's going to drop him. Head first into the turnbuckle. Snake eyes from the powerbomb position from Kurt Angle. Wrestling 2 charges, misses with the grapple. He's got to be scrambled by now. Angle whip to the far corner. Angle counters with an elbow. Winds up the arm. Drives an elbow into the shoulder of Wrestling 2. Wrestling 2 counters with a shot. And another elbow that takes Angle down again. Wrestling 2 all lit up here. Both these guys actually giving it 110% here. Kurt Angle back in the ring. Wrestling 2 rounds him up. Another knee to the midsection for Kurt Angle. Kurt counters Wrestling 2, quickly gets back up. Gets a hold of him. Goes behind again. I don't believe it. Mr. Wrestling 2 will have taken 9. Count them, 9 German suplexes by the time this match is over. And there it is. 9 of them. Unbelievable. Kurt Angle drags Wrestling 2. Center ring, covers and hooks the leg. 1, 2. You can't be serious. Wrestling 2. Absolutely refusing to give up here. But Kurt Angle ain't refusing to give up too. Here we go again, another Angle slam. And another cover. 1, 2. Wow. I don't even know what to say to that. Reg, I don't know what's keeping him going. Nor do I. Tries for the abdominal stretch, but Kurt Angle counters it. Snaps the arm on Wrestling 2. Angle goes behind, excuse me. I said 9, I meant 12. A dozen. A dozen German suplexes for Wrestling 2 from Kurt Angle. And still he keeps going. I don't understand it. Angle stalking Wrestling 2 again. Sets him up. Another Angle slam. And another cover. And again Wrestling 2 powering out. Unbelievable. Angle slam face down to the canvas. Wrestling 2 rounds him up again. A chop. Angle counters with a chop. Wrestling 2 whipped over the top rope out onto the floor with 2 minutes left to go. Looks like we might be looking at a time limit draw here, Reggie. Kurt Angle takes himself outside. Rounds up Wrestling 2. Lines up the arm. Drives an elbow into the shoulder. Wrestling 2 counters with a shot. Angle takes him down with a flying elbow. Angle rounds up Wrestling 2. Wrestling 2 counters with an arm drag. Angle counters with a kick. And another flying elbow to Wrestling 2. With less than a minute and a half to go and them duking it out on the outside. This don't look good. Wrestling 2 makes his way back inside the ring, so does Kurt Angle. Angle gets a hold of him in a dragon sleeper. Shoves him back. Kick to the gut. There's a DDT. And here's another cover. 1, 2, 3, and well, finally, this one finally comes to an end. Kurt Angle picking up the win and retaining the Legends U.S. Championship.
The time, 13 minutes and 59 seconds. Your winner and still RWL Legends U.S. Champion, Kurt Angle.
I might be wrong, Danny, and I don't think I am, but I think pound for pound we just watched the best match of the evening. Kurt Angle and Mr. Wrestling 2 pulling out absolutely all the stops here. You ain't kidding. I mean, this one went back and forth a whole lot of near falls. Neither of these guys was willing to give up. And finally, Kurt Angle, after delivering a dozen German suplexes and like 3 Angle slams, finally gets the 3-count pinfall on Mr. Wrestling 2 to retain the Legends U.S. title. We'll be back with our main event right after the break.